Welcome back, everybody. If a wife and I start fussing, brother, that's alright. Me and my lady got a license to fight. Why don't you mind your own business? Mind your own business. Well, if you mind your business, you'll be busy all the time. I got a little girl, she wears her hair up high. The boys all whistle when she goes by. Why don't they mind their own business? Mind your own business. Well, if you mind your business, you'll be busy all the time. The woman on the party line's the nosiest thing. She picks up the receiver when she notices my ring. Why don't she mind her own business? Mind your own business. Well, if you mind your business, you'll be busy all the time. Now I may honky-tonk around the 2 or 3, but brother, that's my business, don't you worry about me. Why don't you mind your own business? Mind your own business. Well, if you mind your business, you'll be busy all the time. And if you mind your business, then you won't be minding mine. Well, it's been about 4 or 5 months since I've been around. Needless to say, the good Lord's laid his hand on me and blessed me out there playing up and down the road with a number of very fine musicians. I'm just going to get into this next song. August came and went, and kind of strange how things happened. Lost a good friend. Her name was Martha Rutherford, and they had her memorial service on the same day as my dearly departed mother, Dorothy Perk. His birthday was August 16. So in their honor, I'm going to do just a tad bit of an old gospel song. And we'll send this out to anybody that ever lost a mother. Irreplaceable. How sweet and happy seems the days of which I dream. Memory calls us back now and then, with that rapture sweet my weary heart would beat. If I could hear my mother pray again. We got truck accompaniment on 296. If I could only hear my mother pray again. If I could only hear her tender voice, and then how happy I would be. It would mean the world to me. If I could hear my mother pray again. She used to pray that I on Jesus would rely, always walk his shining gospel way. So trusting is his love that I'll seek the home above, and I will meet my mother some glad day. If I could only hear my mother pray again. If I could only hear her tender voice, and then how happy I would be. Would mean the world to me. If I could hear my mother pray again. Her work on earth is done, and her life crown has been won. She would be at rest with him alone. Some glad morning she, I know, will welcome me. That eternal home of peace and love. If I could only hear my mother pray again. If I could only hear If I could hear my mother pray again, if I could hear my mother pray again, for you, Mom, and all the moms. You know, you notice, never know what I'm going to be playing when you see me, but I came across this 65 Martin along about April this month. Old boy that plays bass with us a lot, Tom Patrick, he had two of them. The one he's got is a little better shape. This one needs a little bridge work, kind of like my teeth. But anyway, we're gonna get this one back to complete fighting shape. But for 65, it's in pretty good shape. We're going to be right back after a short pause. I do want to point out to you that people at the Kings Creek United Methodist Church and also the Cable United Methodist Church. And by the way, I got some new friends. We just met some down at the Springboro United Methodist Church today, and we were down there and had us called. We'll be right back with more right after I tune this Martin, and we'll talk about September a little bit. So I wanted to update everybody a little bit on what's been happening so far back. Had a real good summer and played a lot of different good places. A special thanks to a couple county fairs, Champaign County, of course, our home county. And then we also went up to Mount Gilead, up Morrow County last week. We had a large time up there. Moving into September, well, I guess we also should mention the West Liberty Lions Club. At the end of August there, we did Labor Day up there, and we also did the Friday night senior citizens golf cart parade, and you had to be, I think it was 90 or 95, I think it was 90 to get in the golf cart parade. But anyway, we played a couple hours, and there was one gentleman who was 99, he played the piano. We had a great time. Then we came back for Sunday and did a little bit. Also got to say a great big howdy to the Bethel United Methodist Church down toward, well, I call it Casstown. They call it Piqua, but it's actually between Casstown, Troy, Piqua, Fletcher, and it's out there in God's country in Miami East School District. We played down there Sunday morning. Sunday afternoon we went back up to the Lions Park in West Liberty and had us called. And then a great big 50th birthday wish and hello to the Queen of Lake Cushishita, Missy Cushman turned 50, Leo Compton, Keith and Kathy Levan, Jake on drums. Oh, and I got to say hi to Drums Roger out there in Northampton. He played with us up at West Liberty. Rex Cushman and Kenny Hanuska, we played for the Queen of Lake Cushishita's 50th birthday party. Had a great time Monday, and then Tuesday I collapsed, and Wednesday I finally made it out of bed, and we went back down to Springboro. Well, that moving along, we're going to tell you a couple things that are happening. On the 11th, those of you that live around Dayton, we're going to be at Wilmington Place down there from 6:30 to 8. And then on the 12th, we got a couple strange things happening. Number one, the Weaver sisters, who live down around Thackeray Terry Hut, they're going to join us up at Vancrest in Urbana for a 2 o'clock gig with them, and they're always a fun time to be with. Later on that evening on the 12th, we're going to be up in Sydney. Now the class of 70 is going to have their 55th reunion. Those of you that know something about my class, Bob Osborne, Rick Rice and I are going to hold down the staff band, so to speak. Right now it looks like our buddy Rich Cash is coming in from Auburn, Indiana on keyboards, and Keith Levan from up the road there in West Liberty will probably be playing the bass. And we're just going to have a great big time for celebration. We got one private thing on the 13th in the morning, kinda, around noon to about 1:30, 2 o'clock. But that evening on the 13th, we're going to Greenville, Ohio, up there to a campground, and I'll let you know more information about that specifically as we go along. The 14th is Connor Lewis Stevens, my grandson's 2nd birthday. can't miss that one. Then we're gonna move into the 19th. For those of you that are around Springfield might know Chris Bingham. He has a group called the Buckeye Biscuit Boys, and Clay Baldwin, Leo Compton, and I are gonna become supporting Buckeye Biscuit Boys for the day. We're going down to the Backwoods Festival in Florenville, Ohio, on Friday afternoon from 1 to 5, and on then the 20th and 21st, Leo Compton and I are going to be outside of Mechanicsburg, about 2 miles out east at Violet View Farms, and we're going to be playing there in the early afternoon. And they're going to have a kind of like a fall festival. It looks like on the 25th, we're going to be at an open air market in Columbus. I will give specific directions on that. And then that night, it looks like Sydney Alive is going to invite us back for their open air dinner, which is going to be downtown. From what I understand, the Sydney people say downtown is probably where it's going to stay, not go back out to Wawa Park and alternate years, but leave it downtown for the open air dinner. On the 27th, we got two. We'll be up at Shider's Greenhouse in Melford Center from 11 to 1. And then this is the real kicker for the next two following weeks, the last in September and the first in October. We're going to be at Chili Cook-Offs. The first one's for LifeWise Academy over at the St. Paris Nazarene on 235, and there's going to be Silvergrass, and there'll be some of the staff musicians from the Nazarene Church that play and sing, and then we'll kind of take the nightcap on the Chili Cook-Off around about, I don't know, probably 6 o'clock, and play till somewhere around 6:45, 6:50, and then they'll have a pie auction, and it all goes for LifeWise Academy. On the 28th, we're going to be at the Senior Citizens in Bell Fountain in the afternoon. They're having some kind of a fall get-together. So that pretty well takes care of our September, but it's really been a jam-packed summer, and moving into the fall, it's going to slow down just a little bit. One more thing, in October, another Chili Cook-Off is going to take place in the thriving metropolis of Kings Creek, Ohio. Jamie Hackworth has decided to put on a fundraiser / Chili Cook-Off and have a whole bunch of things. Adam Sorensen, Enabling Grace. We're going to be there again, picking some bluegrass, and that'll go from about 4 until about 7 on the 4th. And then I've got to mention two more special things on the 11th, and then I'll be back probably the 1st of October to talk about these events again. But anyway, on the 11th, from about 2 o'clock until about 5 o'clock, we're going to be down toward the Miami County Parks Working Farm out there on Route 41, just outside of Troy. And then later on that evening, the distinguished alumni of the Urbana College is going to get together, and we're going to memorialize certain professors and just talk about the old times and have a little bit of music. I'll be right back with two closing songs right after this. Last portion of the program is going to bring up two songs and just a real brief discussion. I mentioned on October 11th we're all getting back together, and the more and more I've spent time on Facebook and on YouTube, I see people seemingly reinventing the wheel by doing old songs and in their own way. And the next time we get together, I've got 3 that I'm going to share. I've written 2 new ones. One's called 17 Again, and the other one's called Should Have Read the Signs. And I'll share more with that, more along the lines of those songs the next time we get together. Really appreciate everybody coming out to some of the shows, and I want to say a special great big howdy to my family, Carrie, Allie and Ross, the puppies, Caitlin, Chris, and Connor, and their dogs as well. You know how important and precious life is, and obviously each day that goes by, we have a little bit more to be thankful for, and a little bit more to reevaluate ourselves, because life is very fleeting. My buddy Jimmy Mayo lost his mom this week, and they'll have a service on Monday, and you know, want to give Jim and his family strength to make sure that they all get through that. Loss is not easy. However, loss is very, very, very a big part of life. Anyway, wish I'd written this one. This is a Bellamy Brothers song. He turned 35 last Sunday. In his hair he found some gray. He still ain't changed his lifestyle, likes it better the old way. He'll grow a little garden in the backyard by the fence, consuming what he's growing nowadays in self-defense. Get out there in the twilight zone sometimes, just don't make no sense. He gets off on country music, disco left him cold. He's got young friends in the new wave, but he's just too friggin' old. He'll dream of nights in Woodstock in the day John Lennon died, how the music made him happy, the silence made him cry. Yeah, he thinks of John sometimes, and Ringo's appearance on the Opry, and he questions why. He's an old hippie, but he don't know what to do. Should he grab onto the old, or should he hang on to the new? He's an old hippie, his new life is sure a bust. He ain't trying to change nobody, trying real hard to adjust. Well, he thought back in the 60s, everyone was hip. Then they sent him off to Vietnam, up on a senior trip. They taught him to become a man while he was a mere boy, and behind each wave of tragedy he waited for the joy. Now the world keeps changing around him, he just can't change no more. He's an old hippie, but he don't know what to do. Should he hang on to the old? Should he grab on to the new? He's an old hippie, his new life is just a bust. Trying to change nobody, he's just trying real hard to adjust. Let's adjust now. He stays away these days now from parties and the clubs, and he's thinking while he's jogging around, sure is glad he quit the hard drugs. Yes, and his kind get more endangered every day, but pretty soon the species up and fade away, like a smoke from a torpedo. It'll up and fade away. He's an old hippie, but he don't know what to do. Should he hang on to the old? Should he everybody, we're just trying real hard to adjust. Let's adjust one more time. So in closing tonight, I want to wish y'all well. Hope you have a safe and prosperous September. We'll be back to talk to you a couple more weeks about ending out September and going on into August. I especially want to mention my buddy Jimmy Mayo and his family, and hope they have peace, comfort, strength to get through Monday and the ensuing weeks, as he lost his dear mother. Of course, she lived up into her 80s and had a very good and prosperous life, but we're never ready to lose any of them. But that's not the way the cards are dealt to us. Always got to pretty much close with this one, because what we wouldn't give for one more day. Last night I had the strangest dream. That wish got granted, could be most anything. Didn't ask for money or mention Malibu. Only asked for one more day with you. One more day, one more time, one more sunset, and I'd be satisfied. Then again, I know what it would do, keep me wishing still for one more day with you. Keep me wishing still for one more day with you. Goodbye August, hello September, we'll see you in a couple of weeks. I'm going to do 2 songs. We're going to break. I'm going to come back and make an announcement about September. Would you want me to stay off your blue suede shoes?
No.
Hey Pete.
Well,
No video is complete without you sashaying across.
oh, a chicken line?
We got our own style of boot scoot boogie out here on 296.
Think I'm hitting Frank?
There it is. It's a commodified boot scoot chicken. We're done playing now. See you next time.
Good show.
Peter ran out of steam. Pete,
Yeah.
I'm going to do 2 songs. I'm going to do 2 songs, and then we're going to break.
Pete,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do 2 songs. I'm gonna do 2 songs, and then we're gonna break.
All right?
Hold on a second. How about this?
So, are you going over that way a little bit there? Rare. Great.
They good?
Yeah, you're going to pan in. You're going to bring it around while I'm playing. Right there on the butterfly and back in.
Okay,
Let me get the guitar out of there. There. Got it?
Uh-huh.
Okay. You count me down.
Wait a minute, make sure I'm running. Okay, we're running. 1, 2, 3, go.